Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So it's about 5:30, 25.1 degrees Celsius, 49% humidity. My battery's still working up a charge there. Actually, it's beyond where it's peaked. 9/19 Saturday, 77.5. So less than 50% humidity, less than 80 degrees, not too bad. So today was that big garage sale at the airport, Stormville Airport. By the way, any of you guys who's interested in history, that airport was where women aviation flyers learned to fly for the Second World War. You know, I think they're called WACs. Women's Air Corps, right? I think it was WACs, right? Anyway, that's where the women learned to fly, to transport planes that were manufactured here all over the world. They actually went there, learned to fly, and then, taxied planes wherever they had to go. There weren't any, well, maybe a few women in battle during the Second World War, but that's not really the role they played. They were more in a support role, and one of the support roles was flying planes around, and that's where they learned to fly. So this is my mess. This is what I bought. The two tubs. I only wanted one mason tub. That's the size of them, just to give you an idea. I only wanted one mason tub, the clean one, but he said I could have them both for $5, so I took them for $5. After that, a lot of this stuff was $1. LED lights, buck each, channel locks, Craftsman wrench. The rust was no extra charge. Baling wire. This is a Mercedes Benz toolkit. I gave him $1 for that. Stole the alarm clock from my son. He had it there, so I didn't pay for that. That was $1. Pumpkin was $1. $1. I think this one was $2. Yeah, this one was $2. This was a little more expensive. This goes for a well. You have the brass spur. That's where your well hose goes in. It's got the check valve. It's got the switch for turning the pump on and off. It's in a manifold, right? There's the well manifold. It's got the drain overpressure gauge, oil filled, so it doesn't get all rusty, and a ball valve, quarter turn valve, whatever you want to call it, made by Campbell. This makes complete sense to me. Water comes in. I guess this is where the water comes out. And I guess this is kind of where it clamps onto the well tank. Right? I'm going to have to do some research on this end of the fitting. Why did I buy it? My current situation, they have copper pipe going through the wall of my house, 3/4 inch copper pipe. In the old days, they used to use copper between the well and the inside of the house. Anyway, pretend this is the block wall, right where that interface is, especially as 50 years goes by, this has a tendency to corrode and break off and leak. So I figured in anticipation of that, and none of this stuff looks like it's in great shape for me. And I'd also like to get a check valve upstairs, so that if my check valve goes bad on the pump, that way I have a check valve up above and the water stays in the tank rather than getting pumped up and then pissing back out of the pump, right? If you have a check valve up above, it'll pump into the tank, and if it loses pressure, it really doesn't matter, because the tank will stay full and then the pump will pump back up again. So, obviously, the discussion is lots of lead, skull, toolkit, clocks. These were like $1 each. This is indoor outdoor weather thermometer. Here's the outdoor piece of it. That was $2. The dive knife was $2. You know, then back to typically folks like want $1 for a lot of these things, and you have a handful of it, you know, and you end up with 6 for $1. You know, this was part of a $1 deal. This Garmin, this guy was it says $6 on it, but it was part of a package deal also. And I gotta just tell you something quick. People always crack me up. You buy this from them, which is nice, and it's nice that you know I got a nice deal on it. But the issue is, you know, where to, and you'll say like go home, and the people like leave their address. Well, their address wasn't there, or recently found. Right? They'll like have all their addresses still in here, which I mean, obviously I'm not a bad person, but if I was a bad person, that's not too smart. So anyway, $6 came with the cord and all. Another one of these NOAA weather radios.
Now here is the hazardous weather outlook for northwestern Connecticut, western Massachusetts, east central New York, and southern Vermont.
So this was $8, and I think I got something else. These two and something else, and I think it came up to 25, and I gave her 20. I don't recall what the something else was. The light was $3, asking $5. Pumpkin was $1. That was $1. That was $1 for the gas tank and the wire. The gloves were $3. These are neoprene. They're Remington. So they're nice. This was $1. I gotta see if it'll take a charge, but it was $1 with the adapter. This I ended up giving them $3 for. It was powering up before it stopped powering up, so I don't know. A lot of times they need batteries. I paid them such that I figured if it needed batteries, you know, $3 wasn't bad. This is made by, I don't know, could you guys see that? It's actually made in the United States. So, wire strippers, I'm always using this. 8 and 10s. If you guys work on Hondas, you need 8 and 10s. And I found a guy with a whole bunch of 8 and 10s. So, I don't know. I think I gave him $3 for 5 wrenches. There you have it. I spent, it was less than $300. And the thing I keep tripping over here is this. This is a real Honda generator. See the Honda EG 1400, and I just turned the gas on, and this was part of a package deal. I'll show you what else is in the package. Starts that easy. Like this is a big load, but I mean, how's that for nice? So, for that, And the other stuff I'm going to show you, I gave the guy $210. That you can turn the gas off and it just runs itself out and stops. But so I gave him $210 for all this, and this is where I spent most of my money with this guy. So I got this. This is an 8 horsepower Honda, and it did some hard work. It was on a mixer that was crashed. It appears to be seized. So he basically gave me this one for free. Then there's this guy. I don't know, what is that, a 5 horse Briggs. Supposedly it runs good and all. Gas stinks. So 5 horse Briggs. It's got a little taper on the shaft. Right, you guys can see the taper, I think. But there's enough solid shaft. Or I've also had, I mean, there's a couple of things one could do. If I wanted to make the whole shaft one size, quite honestly, I just put it in the lathe and turn it down. Probably I'm going to have to take it out of there to turn it down. By the way, it came with this frame. So, and I also, you should hear that thing wind down in a second. I got this Kohler. He says it ran good, 16 horse, single lunger, electric start. You know, it's free. Right. It's the one thing I always do. You always give, whenever somebody's trying to sell you an engine, you always give the string a quick pull as you're walking by. Make sure they're good. So anyway, so 1, 2, 3, and the generator, it was $210. So that was a big thing, $210, and then $35 for that gauge package for the well. So what's that? $245, and then you can see everything else was like, you know, $20 for the Garmin NOAA radio package, $45, $65, and then everything else was like $1, right? It was all penny ante stuff. So I spent under $300, which makes me happy. I mean, $5 takes me to $70. Yeah, then, you know, 3, 1, 3, a bunch of ones, right? 2. So yeah, it was. I spent under $300, and got the keyboard there. That was $1. I mean, very. I kind of behaved myself. I didn't do anything too crazy. This thing will clean up really nice. You can see it's mostly dirty. I'm sitting in this shed. He said he used it regularly, but it was sitting in the shed. So there it is. So how'd I do, guys? Not bad, huh? Anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and guys, please get out there and enjoy all your days. Don't let your time get by on you. Make sure you enjoy your time. I mean, run out there, run hard, but stay out the buckwheat. Take care now, folks.